So me and my brother Nikhil, we are planning to build $1 million company in 2024, and this is how we're going to do it. Let's first talk about why are we doing this and who are we exactly. So over the last 3 years, I've been running my own marketing agency, and the moment I started this business, it has completely transformed my life. I've been able to work with some of the best, e-com brands. I've also gotten a chance to go to Dubai and work as a growth hacker for a healthcare company. And overall, I've learned so many lessons about, building a successful business in general. But talking about why are we building this new company? Well, simply because, after working with so many different clients, after building, teams of 8 to 10 people, after working in startups like the one I worked in Dubai, I noticed a big gap in the market. Since COVID, a lot of businesses have actually started operating online, right? Either they are having a hybrid kind of system or they're working completely remote, right? Or even if they're working in office, a lot of the business is actually managed and a lot of communication is actually managed online through platforms such as Slack, WhatsApp, Telegram. But there's a big problem there, right? The problem is that although these platforms are good for chatting and they're, I would say, away from tools such as WhatsApp, which is only meant to be for family and friends, there's still a lot of inefficiency because of multiple reasons, such as there are different kind of departments which need which need to be coming together. There are multiple tools, multiple tasks which need to be taken care of. There are multiple meetings in a day, right? Google Meet, Zoom meetings. If you're an agency owner or a freelancer, you have multiple clients that you need to work with, right? And just working on Slack or WhatsApp or Telegram is not actually taking you anywhere. So what we identified was that you need a consolidated AI powered kind of platform where, in a single dashboard or in a single software, you're able to manage your day-to-day operations. At the same time, you're reducing the cost of these fragmented tools by over 70 to 80%. That is exactly what we're building here at SYNCUPP. So, well, who will we target? We're going to be targeting agency owners and freelancers initially. Why? Because, that is the space I resonate with the most. And what we have realized is that, mostly people in the service-based business, especially in something like an agency business, right? They're, working with multiple clients, they're working with multiple teammates, and it's become a real headache to operate their business online without systems, right? So those are the people we are going to be targeting initially.
So it has been exactly 97 days since we started building this product. Since then, we have done a lot of things. For just Ritvik and me, we have definitely made some hires for people to help us in this process. But I would like to take you through, what exactly we have done. So the first thing that we started out with was building our LinkedIns. I started posting content just 2 months back, and since then I've already grown my LinkedIn to around 3,000 plus people. I have been putting out content related to freelancing, and Ritvik, on the other hand, has been posting content related to agency business, because these two groups are actually our target audience initially for the product. Apart from that, we also started our own podcast called the Out of Office Podcast on YouTube. On this show, basically, we have people from the freelancing and agency space coming on our show and talking about their journeys, what they have learned throughout, and how are they managing their businesses, how they're running their businesses, and how are they managing it. We are already 20 podcasts in, and we aim to have a lot more people on the show so that people who just want to start, people who are newbies and want to get into the freelancing and agency space can refer to these videos and start their own journeys as well. Apart from that, we also have our own YouTube channel on which we are posting content again related to the same niche, which is freelancing and agency spaces. We are talking about sales, we are talking about how to grow your LinkedIn, we are talking about what we have learned from the podcast, and much more. We have also built a school community of around 120 people. There are also like 10 to 20 people in the waitlist still, and we aim to grow this community by many folds. We also plan to start a WhatsApp community for the same people who are on our school community, because I feel like WhatsApp is a platform that people use more often, and we want to provide them the value where they are most comfortable with. School is something that people are still not really used to. So we are also thinking of starting a WhatsApp community for the same. On these communities, we are basically giving to people lead generation courses, LinkedIn building courses, and it's just a common place where people from the freelancing and agency spaces can come together, interact, ask questions, and just have each other's support in their journeys. We are also leveraging Ritwik's Instagram account, on which we recently started a day in the life vlog kind of videos. In those short reels, we are basically taking our audience through a day in our life as to how we are building our product and what all we are doing. So that is something where we are that is something. Instagram is also a platform that we are leveraging, and we are getting some views in. It's not really taken off up till now, but we hope to do some a little bit of changes so that it picks up as well. So Instagram is something that we are focusing on as well now. Instagram, YouTube, podcasts, LinkedIn, all of this is a part of our organic channel for the promotion of our product. But we are also slowly getting into paid media. We have started running ads on Instagram and Facebook as well, where we are informing and telling people about the pain points and informing them about the product that we are building. So recently, because of paid media, we have started booking, sales calls where we are getting agency owners on a G Meet, and we are taking them through the product. We are already like 15 sales calls in, and the coming week looks booked as well.
Now, talking about when the product is coming out, well, it has already come out by the time this video will go out, right? So we released it on 8th of March. And the interesting thing is that, we have started running ads, as my brother would have probably mentioned, right? And the response has been fantastic. People are loving the product, and they're saying that this is the tool that they were looking for to, sort of systemize and automate their whole agency. And, so we are really curious to see how it goes and, how much impact will it create further. Now, talking about our goal of building $1 million software company, well, there are two ways to think about it. One is in terms of valuation, so $1 million valuation company. And one is that, you hit $1 million in terms of revenue, right? So if you talk about India, in terms of rupees, that is about 8.3 crores, right? So valuation and revenue are very different things. If you would have seen Shark Tank, you would know that, people come with their brands and they, pitch their startup to these sharks. They ask for a certain amount of capital, for example, 1 crore in exchange for 1% equity, right? So they're going to be giving 1% of their company to these people in exchange for 1 crore. And that puts the valuation of the company to almost around 100 crores, right? So valuation is very different. Valuation, basically, the simple formula for that is capital divided by the percentage of equity, and that results in the valuation, right? And revenue, obviously, is, if you have, say, 1,000 customers paying how much, $1,000 to you, right? Or 10,000 customers paying $100 to you, and you hit like $1 million in terms of revenue, right? So that is a $1 million revenue company. Our first goal is to actually become $1 million valuation company. And then from then onwards, once we have the capital, once we have enough guidance, mentorship, and enough experience, slowly and steadily, we'll even get to that level of, doing $1 million in terms of revenue. But the first goal is actually hitting $1 million in terms of valuation. And finally, since we talked about valuation, what do we think about fundraise? India, the best thing is that India is, progressing in a way where, there are a lot of opportunities out there for people to, raise funds. There are a lot of accelerators. The government is also giving a lot of funds. So our aim is to probably first go to something like 100x.vc or, some of these accelerators before we actually go and pitch directly to a VC. Why are we doing this? We're doing this because, something like 100x VC or Y Combinator, they also have a mentorship program apart from the initial bit of capital that they give you. So for about 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, there's some mentorship. They talk to you about, they guide you on how to build a successful startup. What are the key things which you need to know, right? Some strategies. So that is going to be even more beneficial than just raising capital. So we'll probably go ahead with an accelerator like that first, and then, eventually then probably do further fundraising, right? So yeah, that's a little bit about, SYNCUPP. And if you're an agency owner or a freelancer looking to scale and looking to systemize your agency, go ahead and book in a call with us, because this tool will blow your mind away, literally, right? So see you in the next video.